Hey, welcome back everyone. Happy New Year. It is now 2021. Here we are, January 1st. As we go throughout this year, we're going to be able to see exactly what Lucasfilm has in store for the overall Star Wars fandom and what's due for the fans to actually witness on Disney+. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we are now in a phase of pretty much recovery. You know, we have seen them in that phase of desperation and damage control in the beginning. The Mandalorian Season 2 finale really defined Star Wars getting saved by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni using the character of Luke Skywalker to their advantage. And must I add, I mean, the addition of Luke was genuine. They didn't feel that he had to be shoehorned into the story. It just made sense. I don't feel that it was a cop-out. I don't feel that it was a cheap move. I feel it was a genuine, realistic, very smart move by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, as well as Peyton, who directed the episode. Now, beyond all of this, a lot of fans have been very much curious over the character of Grogu because of how mysterious his past really is. There is a lot of mystery behind this character that was created by Favreau, and Favreau wanted to make it clear a couple of days ago that they do indeed have huge plans for the character of Grogu. This character is not going anywhere, as some fans are led to believe, because some fans out there feel that Grogu is now gone forever, which is not the case, thankfully. So Season 3 is already in the early development phase. They're working on that alongside with the Book of Boba and Mando Season 4 already. Now, with that being said, given that The Mandalorian Season 2 is now finished, Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars projects for their new universe. It's described that recently actor Mark Hamill took part in an interview where he was questioned about Luke Skywalker and Grogu in the finale of Season 2. Mark Hamill was eventually questioned about Grogu's savior, to where Hamill stated that Grogu's savior will be explored by actual fan favorite characters in the upcoming season of The Mandalorian, that he feels that fans are going to be blown away by the revelation of who saved Grogu from the temple that George Lucas created during the prequel trilogy movies. Now, Mark Hamill goes on to state that Grogu's savior is going to be familiar as a character within the Star Wars community and one from the prequel trilogy installments by George Lucas, and that he can't say anything beyond that. Hamill reveals also that this reveal of Grogu's savior will have saga-wide implications on all of the films and what it will mean for the Star Wars franchise overall. Mark Hamill was also able to unveil that he already knows who saved Grogu, since Favreau told him on the set of the finale when he was actually witnessing the entire scene between Mandalorian, Grogu, the Dark Troopers, and more. Now, let's stop right here for a second before we move on. The thing about Grogu, as we saw in Chapter 13, Ahsoka Tano revealed to Din Djarin that Grogu actually does indeed have some Jedi training within him. Alright, so that's already established. Number 2 is that he was saved from the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, alright? Now, the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, we all know, is a significant location in the Star Wars community, and of course in the franchise overall. The community knows and loves this location. It was a big setting in the prequel trilogy movies, and it's going to also be a big thing in the upcoming season of The Mandalorian, for, of course, Jon Favreau to give fans answers on that. So, as far as Mark Hamill goes, alright, obviously Mark Hamill is very happy about Luke's return. We talked about this before in the past. We went over his tweet just yesterday of how he feels about Luke Skywalker's return and how much sense it really makes. But as far as Grogu goes, the fact that Hamill was able to tease that it's going to be a familiar character from the prequel installments, alright, the movies, and how it's going to have saga-wide implications, alright, there are big possibilities as to who the savior of Grogu is going to be. Now, we talked about how they have a Mace Windu TV series in the early development phase, as well as Favreau actually working on Mace Windu's return in Season 4 of The Mandalorian as an elderly man. So, since Mace is in the works right now, and mind you, StarWars.com also teased Mace Windu's return by doing that little birthday wish and saying that the party is just getting started when it comes to Sam Jackson. Alright? That could very well have teased of what we've been talking about for a couple of months now. Mace Windu seems to be the likely scenario as the savior of Grogu, and I'll tell you guys why. Now, Order 66 obviously was a big deal. We saw the downfall of the Jedi, we saw the rise of the Empire, the betrayal by the clone troopers against the Jedi through Palpatine's, manipulation. The thing about that is, not witnessing Mace Windu's death, Jon Favreau is taking advantage of that to actually create his survival in Mando Season 4, and Lucasfilm to actually use that in a future Mace Windu TV series. That's a big deal. Now, obviously, it could very well be somebody else, like Jocasta Nu, who was, pretty much within the Jedi Temple at the time as well. But I don't think so. I think, obviously, given that Hamill teased that it's going to be a character from the prequels that's going to have saga-wide implications, I don't believe it can be somebody as minor as Jocasta Nu. So, obviously, it's most likely related to Mace Windu. Who knows, maybe it's Anakin. Or it could very well be a mysterious new Jedi that we have yet to see that's going to become a big deal in the Star Wars universe that's going to have a major, big effect on the Skywalker saga movies. Now, it doesn't end there. Alright, the thing with Grogu is that Season 3 and Season 4, Jon Favreau talked about this for Season 3, by the way, is that they're focusing on Grogu's evolution. They want to explore him going throughout the ages, showing us him growing as a character. Now, Mandalorian as a series, each and every season is going to go throughout different eras, if you will, or different years, if you will. It's going to go throughout time. So you're going to have time jumps with each and every season to kind of just bring us through this mysterious era, alright? We call it, of course, the era between Episode 6 and Episode 7. So Mandalorian takes place roughly 5 years after Return of the Jedi. For Season 3, they want to jump ahead even further. So that's what they want to do now. So I think that Favreau knows what he's doing. He's obviously a guy that's very ambitious when it comes to Star Wars, and Mark Hamill as an actor already loves what Favreau is doing with Luke, and I'm very proud about that. I'm very happy that things are starting to look brighter for the Star Wars fans. So yeah, I think that obviously Grogu is the center of it all right now. That's the biggest deal of all. That's what Favreau's trying to set up. So I think that he's going to succeed in doing that. So yeah, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.